welcome back. Bit stressed this weekend, nothing major, just busy weekend. So I'm gonna go straight to, I guess, the most therapeutic thing for me, and I think painting this in the new black blue, it's called. Black blue, but it's more blue than black, and I wanted more black than blue. I don't think the base coat matters. Someone said the blue and green's gonna mix. No, it's really not. If it does, I'll eat a hat, including my motorcycle helmet. Same as last time, you don't really need to tape much up. The overspray washes off. If you look at the overspray on here from last time, let me try and zoom in on that, get it clear. You just rub it off, look. Any kind of cleaner takes it off, so you don't need to worry too much. But I'll put a little bit of tape just to neaten up the transition that tiny bit more. I'm not going to film the whole process this time. I'm just going to dump some layers on, take the front mud guard off again, dump some layers on, and yeah, and then I'll just show you the progress as it goes along. If I find some time, I'll pull out the 650, torque the actual bolts down properly now. Once the silicone has set, which it should have, then torque the bolts down, and you should have a full seal where no oil comes out. But of course, you're not going to know that until you actually refill the oil and let it sit over, a few nights, which is a bit annoying because you waste a lot of oil in the long run. So for now, yeah, a couple of things. I'll pull that out and let it sit in the sun, just make sure that silicone has fully set, and then we'll look at, I'll get some layers on this, and yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm just looking at my oil. It looks a touch low or a touch dark or something. I'll have a look at that after. Yeah, so I'm heating the cans up in the sun. They work much better. If it's not a hot day, then put them in some hot water for a few minutes, and when you come to shake them for a good minute. And then otherwise it's the same system as before. You just layer it on, but you got to put it on fairly thick so that it peels off properly. And we've already got these base layers, so adding 3 or 4 more coats will make it very peelable, ideally. I'm going to give these panels a quick wipe, but with no chemicals at all, just to get off any loose dust. I'm going to take the petrol cap off, and we're going to start taping and spraying away. So we're prepped as best as we can be, just the tape on the side like before. Cans are warm, front mud guard's up here. I've just kind of de-dusted with a rag, because I don't know what cleaning product you can use on Plastidip that won't ruin it. Yeah, and yeah, the cans are in the sun. I'm going to shake them for a minute, put on a kind of quick first coat, and then we'll see where we go from there. I'm hoping I like the colour. I think I probably will. The bike was blue originally, might as well go matte blue. I'm not going to mess with the glossifier today. So matte blue, and quite a dark matte blue, and let's see where we go from there. It should be alright. So there's the first coat. This is a tack coat. It's hardly 25% coverage. I mean, it sprays like crap, Plastidip, but it does layer up nicely in the end. Yeah, again, keep the can warm. One of them cans is a dud, it won't spray at all, so I'll send that, actually I won't send that back, I'll just get a new one sent out. But this is the game, you just layer it on nice and slowly, and then you want thick coats because it has to go on quite thick, but this just makes it tacky enough for it to stick for now. And I'll put a coat on there. So here's the second coat. Yeah, I mean, it's just layering at the moment, it's just getting rid of the chameleon. It's kind of a nice effect, actually. It's kind of got a bit more matte. I guess it looks now like the matte chameleon almost. Yeah, again, you really got to layer this stuff. It doesn't spray well at all. The good thing about this stuff is you can get much closer than you think. You can spray it really thick, and you get away with it basically. It's quite hard to get runs, and you do have to spray it thick, guys. It has to be sprayed on for the peelability. So you do kind of 1 or 2 smallish tack coats, and then you go quite thick the rest of the time. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and then I'll get on there with the 3rd coat. It's probably going to be 5 or 6 coats at this rate to get it nice and thick, nice and smooth, and yeah, and then it should be that kind of standard one colour. So I know I've jumped projects here a bit, guys, but come on, focus. It's very wet down there. I think this oil feed pipe, it's very wet. I think it's got a split. In fact, there's a little pool down there. So I'm going to have a good look at that and see if that's where the oil leak's coming from. Alright guys, so we get a bit more idea of the colour now. It is a very dark blue, and it's not even layered yet. It's still, that's kind of 90% coverage, but yeah, just one standard matte colour, and it's looking okay at the moment. I mean, I've been spraying so thick, it's kind of, it's unbelievable actually. That can's going to run out soon. I'm really hoping it's just a lid problem on the second one, so I can just keep spraying today. But yeah, you're starting to see the colour now, or I hope you can start to see the colour now. It's just, you know, a darker colour. These cans are very hard to spray. You think you've got full coverage, and then you haven't. So like here, I definitely got full coverage, but I haven't. And I think that's probably why the chameleon went on so bad last time, because you just can't tell what you're doing. So the simple matte colour is a good idea. Last time I said to you guys to make sure you do the edges properly. I'm going to do that big time this time. You know, I'm going to use lots around all the edging, because once you start getting peel, then you're screwed. The air will start peeling it up on it. All this here, we're going to start, you know, thickening all that up. But yeah, we're starting to see the colour really. We're starting to get an idea. It's kind of similar-ish to the colour we had in a sense, in that kind of greeny bluey, but it's just simpler. So guys, I've definitely got full coverage now. It looks good. I like it. That second can though is a dud. It's so annoying, and it's not the lid because I've swapped the lids. But yeah, I mean, I thought I would just keep going with the second can. I would just layer and layer and layer at this stage, because, you know, why not? But I have got full coverage, and there must be, what, 10 layers of Plastidip on this bike now. I'm going to try and find their Plastidip top coat, which makes it a bit slicker, a bit smoother, but not so shiny, because it needs to be kind of protected. But yeah, I don't know if you can see the colour too well. I mean, it is a kind of black with a hint of blue actually, because this is in the sun. When you put it in the shade, it's basically black. So at the moment it's nice. I like it. Yeah, and it's not even pieced together yet. I'll give it another 10 minutes. I can get some spray out of that, but it's a bit blotchy and it's a bit annoying, and it's not spraying very well. But yeah, I'll let it dry in the sun for a bit, and I'll try and get another layer or 2 in areas. So you can see it dry now, guys. I'm not messing with the glossifier on this one. Just going to keep it matte. Second can was too dodgy. I've messaged them. I expect them just to send out one more can. It's Plastidip UK, so I don't think they'll give me any problems. One of them cans was a dud. It just didn't spray at all. It just was crap. But I like this colour. I think it's done the job. If they send me another can, I'll look at filling this then a touch, and putting on, you know, another coat. So yeah, it's looking good. The BMW, I think there's a big split in that pipe, so I think that's the issue. In fact, I mean, I know there's a big split in that pipe. I think it's here at the back. I think I can see it. I want to get the pipe off to show you guys, but I can't split this fixture at the moment, so I'm gonna keep working on it. Try and split this fixture here, pull it off, and the split seems to be here by my finger, so I will be attempting to chop it here, tauten this up and pull it back on. Hopefully that's an option, so we'll see. Okay guys, so this pipe's off. This is where the split was, right? Oh, sorry, terrible camera angle. Look, you can see the splits here. Why are you not focusing? Focus, there you go. Focus. Yeah, but they're the splits there, guys. There you go. So I'm going to chop it kind of as high as I probably can, but it obviously still needs to. I'm going to chop just above here, just above my thumb there, because the actual split is this bottom one, and see if we can get away with that. I have nothing to this diameter, so I'm screwed if this is past it, although it kind of probably is past it at this stage, but I'll see if I can save it with a clip. Right, we're going to get some fuel and a snack. Rear brake's done on the GSXR, rock solid, all good. That should be MOT'd next week. Paint's all done on Bandit. I think it looks great. I really like the paint actually. The more it dries, the more black it looks. It's brilliant. I've just put my guard's not bolted. I'm going to piece that back together later. We found the oil leak on this a bit annoying because it was actually trickling down here and coming around. However, resealing this case is worth doing. So I'll talk that up later and hope that I haven't caused more problems. And the actual actuator arm up here, I just spent 40 quid for. I think it's coming from Italy. So it's going to be a few days wait again, which is a bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Yes, so that's kind of where we're sitting at the moment. So we've just gone over the GSXR srad. We have tested all the lights and stuff. 3 out of 4 of the indicators weren't working. They should now be working. Tyres are pumped, all the brakes are done, chain and sprockets are brand new front and back, and it's a good running service bike. I've torqued up the bolts down here, and I replaced the pipe for the oil feed. So I guess priority soon is going to be to fill this up with oil and just kind of see overnight how that works. I'm going to wait a few more hours, I think. I might just fill it up as I'm leaving, kind of last minute. And the Bandit is looking good, I think. It's front mudguards on. It is a really nice black. In fact, on the camera now I can see it looks more blue than black, but it's not in person. It's more black than blue. And actually, it's a really nice shade. It's a really nice shade. I'm going to take the GSXR out for a spin in a minute. See if I can break it. And Radgo's driving a piece of crap. YBR 125. Oh, it's not. What's that? A YS? New YBR. Back brake's not great. So I was going to throw the oil in this tonight. However, I've held back because I've kind of cleaned everywhere. The oil was, so the actual oil issue was, this pipe was split and leaking up here. I don't know if we're zoomed or not. This pipe up here was leaking, and so that it was piling up here and then it was draining off both sides. That's why there was oil on both sides. It was just draining down. Problem is now there might be pools of oil somewhere, or you know, congregated somewhere, so I wouldn't know necessarily tomorrow now, would I, if it's sealed or not. Plus, looking at some of the leftover silicone that's still out, look, it's still a bit wet, so I'm waiting. I'm going to wait another 24 hours with this one. In fact, I might even just wait all week and leave it alone. I'm waiting for the actuator arm anyway, which costs like 40 quid, by the way. Apparently they're fragile. Apparently they always break like that. But yeah, so I'm waiting for that anyway, and then I'll throw the oil in. It's only like a litre and a half, I believe, and so on. I did change the oil pipe in the end to this one, but I spliced it in here using an internal diameter part. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of them bikes. It has been left alone for way too long. It does need a fair amount of work, but the first thing it really desperately needs is a jet wash. But I have to be able to drive it to the jet wash, and to drive it to the jet wash it needs to have some oil, and then it needs to hold the oil for a couple of days, so it's all a bit busy with this one. I'm just putting a bit of black on the gear lever arm. It was a lovely colour of rust, and if I find I have to take this cover off again, which I probably will, because I'll probably have to buy a proper gasket, I'll be stripping it and painting it. You'd be nuts leaving it like that. It looks terrible. At the moment, as long as it was safe and MOT'd, I wouldn't mind. It's going to be a reasonably priced bike, but yeah, if it comes off again, it will definitely be I would paint it black. Just keep it simple, black, and maybe whiten the BMW part or something, just to give it some contrast. So that's where we are for now. So I'm not filling it with oil. I'm going to let the seal dry over the next week. Then hopefully it holds oil. I can get it to a jet wash, give it a good jet wash, clean, and we'll then look at kind of MOT-able stuff. The Bandit came out great, I think. I love the colour. I really love the colour. It is exactly what I thought. It's basically black with a hint of blue. I painted the infills. They were white. I painted them black. I actually put a touch of the chameleon on this grate, but it looks rubbish even on that. So I personally, I'd stay away from that chameleon at all costs. Honestly, it's gone on flat enough. Yeah, there's bits of peel and stuff, but let me try and focus. But no one, you know, it is what it is. It's Plastidip, and it can be peeled off at any point. I do want to find some sort of protective coating. I'd quite like to keep it like this for a little while. I might try and use their stuff, but they don't really have it in the UK. They have, I need like a Plastidip protector, which they do in America, but not really here. But I'm very happy with the colour now. I just think it suits the bike so well, the kind of dark, very, very dark blue, black, and the blue frame. What do you think?
Better than before, I'll tell you that now.
He's always so negative.
No, the colour before.
I think that's a stunning colour.
That colour, it suits, from this angle, it looks like a sleek matte.
Yeah, it does.
Black.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Admire it more.
But with a hint of blue, and it suits the bike really well. And it's a great sounding bike, great running bike. It ticks all the boxes really. Yes, we're completely done with the GSXR. Rear brake is stunning. It's working great. All the indicators are now working. This one's a bit saggy, which is annoying. I think it just needs to be popped in properly. I'll look into that. Otherwise, we'll do something in there. But it rides beautifully. I'm very happy with the way that rides. And that will pass an MOT. I'd be shocked if it didn't. So that's it for today, guys. Once again, you know, a 1 hour day has gone on to be like 6 or 7. That's what happens here at this garage. You aim to do an hour and you end up here all day because you just think of more and more stuff. But this bike for me is a bit of a hero at this stage. I really love the paint. I really love the paint. it just looks kind of, I don't know, it looks butch and it looks hard now and it looks like a tough paint. It looks like a tough bike. And I'll keep you guys updated as to how robust the paint is. As always, thanks for watching. Comment, me and Sultan, Jake was here today, Rabjab was here today, all at different times. All actually are key workers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, all are actually key workers. So we're all still working and we're getting together sometimes to work on the bikes to basically de-stress. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm a little bit stressed this weekend, and this has taken my mind off it, which is great.